Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. Happy Merry Christmas Eve. If you celebrate. If not, happy Sunday fun day. If not, happy almost Monday. If not, happy end of your weekend. I don't know what to call it. But just happy almost end of 2023 going into 2024. Guys, we're back to talk about Kyle Richards, Mauricio, Morgan Wade, the agency, and everything in between. But before we jump in, you guys know how this works. It's been a long, long week, by the way, and I'm so happy to be back from London and be back into this long, long upcoming week going into the new year. But again, you guys know how this works. So smash that like button, show some love, and I say, well, I guess at this point, let's jump right in. Give it.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So I don't know if you saw this, but thank you to Reality Blurb. And a lot of it is coming out on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the current season. Kyle Richards believes that Dorit Kemsley is jealous of her close-knit friendship with Morgan Wade. Also, Morgan dated somebody that works at the agency. And now Kyle left Mexico and she's in Aspen. Hold on, wait. So after Dorit admitted on the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that she feels that she's been replaced by Morgan, whom Kyle tattooed a K on amid production, Kyle poked fun at Dorit's hilarious reaction to the ink, as Erica and Anne-Marie Wiley agreed that Dorit was envious of the bond that Kyle and Morgan share, which is obvious. Obviously, when I just put my initial, I knew that that would get a reaction from people, but I didn't care. And Dorit's reaction may have been the funniest of all. She was like, Kyle, she's just a little jealous. She was feeling like we didn't spend a lot of time together. And according to Dorit, she was very surprised to learn that Kyle had tattooed Morgan due to the length of time that they had actually known each other. That's kind of wow. She was laughing. I was like, what? And they've gotten so close. You know, Morgan surpassed my closeness with Kyle. So obviously, from selfishly, from my standpoint, I think it's like, what? You just become friends with this girl maybe 2 years ago? But according to Erica, that surprise likely stemmed from jealousy. Dorit needs to feel like she's in first place with you. She didn't feel like she was in first place. Anne-Marie Wiley agreed with that, and I do too. I think Dorit is a little bit jealous, and I think that she's a little bit hurt. Kyle spends so much of her time with Morgan. She actually kind of like gushes about Morgan, right? So I can see how Dorit would almost feel like she's being replaced a little bit. That's coming from Anne-Marie Wiley. Now, speaking of the relationship between Kyle and Morgan, who have faced months of romance rumors, Dorit explained that Teddy Mellencamp is also a part of the friend group. But Kyle and Morgan are definitely the closest in that group, but I wish that Kyle had not pulled away from me. So looking back at what caused the divide between them, Kyle said the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 12 reunion was what left her felt less than supported by Dorit, as her relationship with her sister Kathy fell apart. After the reunion, I was really upset. I was talking with Sutton and Dorit, and they knew what was going on and they knew my side. And then when Dorit made some comment like, I think your sister just wants to feel supported. And I was like, wow, what do you think I want? And what about the conversation that we just had yesterday? I was really disappointed in this, and I love Dorit. I love her, and I don't hold on to stuff like that, but I just needed a minute. And I was like, gosh, you guys know what I'm going through right now. And Eric even agreed. She said, you didn't feel supported. But even Dorit acknowledged that Kyle had a hard time at the taping, although she didn't suspect that their time apart would last so long. The reunion was very, 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 very hard for Kyle. And I kind of thought that she'd have a couple of months where she withdraws. But those couple of months ended up being a lot longer. And it just felt very much like there was a lot of distance between us. And that upsets me. And then obviously, as I was experiencing that, I was seeing via social media who she was spending her time with. And Crystal Kung Minkoff also said that she couldn't help but notice that Kyle was always posting about Morgan. She said that struck me. And I did think, I was like, it felt like a different relationship than her other friends. It did. Now, regarding the ongoing romance rumors about Kyle and Morgan, Dorit said that she could see how they would start. Even I was suspect, but I think Kyle, she said now over and over and cleared it up that they're very good friends. But I don't think you help the rumors when you do music videos while you're playing one another's love interests. And Crystal even said, my question is, why are they doing that if they're constantly denying a romance? Like, why would you do a music video? And I agree with that. I think that's a good question. But on top of that, I don't know if you guys knew this, and it was an exclusive that came out from realityt.com. Morgan Wade's ex, Joseph, who's also known as Joe Link, works for Mauricio's the agency. Um, what? Okay, wait a minute. There have been claims that Mauricio and his estranged wife, Kyle Richards, are hyping up their marital problems due to wanting to drum up promotion for their shows. And others think that they want headlines deflecting away from the lawsuits that Mauricio is embroiled in. Of course, there were always those rumors of Mauricio cheating on Kyle, but now could it be that they brought Joseph on board to conspire with Morgan and help change the narrative? That's their conspiracy theory. Reality T said I wasn't even convinced that Joseph and Joe were the same person, but then they took a look at Morgan's list of who she's following on Instagram, and lo and behold, there's good old Joseph himself with a completely wiped Insta page aside from his agency promotions. Now, after they delved into the online commentary, it was clear that there was a chunk of the Beverly Hills fans that think that Morgan and Joseph are still secretly dating, and they believe the relationship is being hidden so that the rumored romance between Kyle and Morgan continue to dominate the headlines. This is quite the conspiracy theory. Despite being private about her love life in the past, Morgan has spoken publicly about her romance with Joe, saying, "This is my wonderful man." She said it in the video that is posted on their page. When the two were a part of the same band, the Step Brothers, he broke up with me, so I wrote a song to get him back. And it worked, and it's been a few years now, and I formed a band to get him back. Interesting. Now, of course, Reality T could be completely wrong about this because it is exactly that, a conspiracy theory. To me sounds like a slow news day. I don't think that that's what was going on, but also you never know. You really never know. Just like this kind of threw us all off. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kyle Richards ended up joining Mauricio in Aspen after the whole champagne party with the Brazilian Grammy award-winning singer. I know you guys saw that with the champagne, with the thongs, the towels, the everything, Lily Pons, and now that Kyle is in Aspen with Mauricio, which I guess maybe isn't the most shocking if you really break it down because they do own a house in Aspen together. It was kind of throwing me off a little bit because she was just in Mexico. But then I was looking at the photos closer, and you can see where all of her daughters are also in Aspen. So her daughters are in Aspen right now with Mauricio, and it looks like Mauricio is partying at night without Kyle because Kyle, again, of course, just got there. And they have a history, since they have a house there, they have a history of all going to Aspen together for the holidays. Now, I'm going to bring up a photo for you guys. I'm going to bring up a couple photos for you guys because you can see in the photos how there is just a history here. And that's why I'm like, they've gone on yachts together since all of this is broken. They spent Thanksgiving together. They said that they were going to spend Christmas together. They sleep in different rooms. So maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe at the end of the day, this is just kind of the new dynamic. Here's them where you can see one of their youngest daughters right there. Kyle's right there, right with the red on the back. And then I believe it's Alexia who's getting into it's either Alexia or Sophia who's getting into the band. And then here's another photo of them in Aspen because this is where they Christmas. But guys, I don't want to just give you this information and not ask your opinions. I'm so curious what you think about this. So really, go ahead, take your best shot. Let us know what you think. Go ahead, smash that like button, show some love. And by the way, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Again, if you don't celebrate Christmas, then happy Sunday. I hope you get everything you want and more. And if not, just spend time with your friends and family and just make the best memories because that's the most priceless. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.